everyone, and welcome back to the internet. And my name is Vanessa. I am a social media consultant and content creator. And today I am here with Tiago. So, Tiago, tell us, who are you and what are you doing and where are you?
All right. So, my name is Tiago. I'm passionate about social media as well, but mostly focused on the technology side. So right now, all things AI related, I'm very pumped about it. And I spend a lot of time, actually daily, just getting to catch up with the news, which is like, getting harder and harder. But hopefully, we'll get to discuss some of those topics here as well, which should be pretty cool. That's pretty much
That's pretty much it.
What's in my name, yeah.
Yeah. So you're passionate about technology, social media. I'm more into content creation, also social media. I'm also a techie, but I think you're diving more into deep in these AI topics and how they can help us to be more creative, be more productive, and do stuff, like optimizing our lives. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really productive discussion between the two of us.
Yeah, but I think like there's actually a big overlap into content creation, and we've been playing a little bit about it taking advantage of it, obviously. So like there's the technology, it's always been connected with content creation, and I think there's a little bit of our background, both of our backgrounds, kind of flew through technology, and social media is a part of that. But right now, I'm super excited to see how we can actually use these tools to make it, to make content creation funnier, better, and hopefully faster as well.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's start with some news, because you're a news tech AI guy. So you have something to share with us from this previous weeks.
So it's I mean, first of all, it's crazy to like follow the news, because like everything is changing like very rapidly. So it's I kind of have a hard time actually to follow. It's crazy, like, and from week to week, I feel that there's more and more news coming up, and it's just crazy. But so in this last week, actually, the some of the most recent stuff that I'm excited about, it's Adobe Firefly. So the tools, the AI tools from Adobe, and in this case, we already see some of these features, essentially to create parts of the image that they don't exist. So the way this works is similar to the content-aware fill, which before we could create something, but now instead of just creating something that is similar to the image itself, we can prompt it and we can say what we want to have in that blank canvas. And I think that's it's very interesting. We've seen these in different tools, in different apps, but now we have it on the Adobe environment, and I think that's the most exciting part about it.
Yeah, no doubt, because I felt everything was scattered all over different kinds of platforms, and I think that bringing this into the Adobe ecosystem is like making it all more accessible in just one platform, and we can work with images and transform things without going onto this platform and then exporting it and going to other platforms and working on it and then exporting back. It's a back and forth, and by implementing this, Adobe is like creating a solo ecosystem where we can do it all, and I think it's going to be great. Is it available yet? I think only features for testing, right?
Yeah, I think you still have to request the beta access, but hopefully, so we've been seeing some of these preview videos, but hopefully soon we'll all be able to use it. But there's another thing that's not specifically related with Adobe, but it's related with ChatGPT. So right now, it was available for everyone with a Plus account to have access to browsing and plugins. Now, I think this is absolutely game changing, and specifically for content creation, I've already been playing a little bit about it, which is specifically when you read like through an article, for instance, like, and you want to like summarize it, which I think it's one of the best prompts there is to use with ChatGPT, but you would have to copy paste all the article and kind of like go through it. And right now you can do it like in a much easier way, which is just like summarize these and you paste a link, for instance. And I think that's kind of like just one of the features that you can use it for content creation. It's great because you just summarize it, or what's something that I usually do with prompts as well is like making it into like a script, or like suggest me 3 scripts based on this article, or suggest me like a catchy title that generates curiosity. And with that, suddenly you have something that it's not ready to use. And I think we'll discuss that a bit further. But like it will absolutely simplify our job and make things much easier. And in this case, it's branded with the Bing, so Microsoft's search
finally
engine.
Incorporating Bing into ChatGPT. Yeah, I felt I've been using both Bing and ChatGPT because there was no connection to the internet from ChatGPT. But I've been playing around with the incorporation because I have the Plus account. And, praise the Lord for bringing this into our lives, because Bing was a little weird to use. If you wanted something like help me to build a script based on this topic or that topic, okay, you could have news related to that topic, but then the scripting part and the idea generation part was like not really good or accurate as ChatGPT does it. So to me, this is really a plus. Finally, my Plus account is having a plus. So I'm really excited to use this a little more in the future. So definitely for research, creativity, idea generation, everything.
There were some third-party tools that you could incorporate browsing, but it was all sketchy and it didn't work very well. So I'm very glad to see actually things happening. And talking about Bing and Microsoft, so they are working in something that is called Copilot, which is essentially instead of being a tool, it's like operating system. So like they want to take it further, and that makes all sense for Microsoft because like that's where they are. So I think and from the previews that we see is like you can say something like I want to make my desktop organized for productivity, and suddenly you got like it's arranged for productivity. Or I want to, set my Chrome into my default browser. Like we don't have to click anymore on settings. Like there's a lot of potential that this will bring, but I'm excited when they potentially cross with their other tools. So like, I don't know if it's already available or not, but like through Microsoft Teams, for instance, they've been saying that they will eventually create like a resume, not a resume, like
a summarization
when you resume
tool
something,
or
a
something.
A summary of the meeting. So like let's say that you are in a meeting, if you are doing through Teams, like it will automatically summarize. So now think that on your Windows, like you just type like, so what happened on last meeting, and you're like boop 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 boop, that's it. And it's like, okay, cool, I need to make a poster for this event. Can you help me doing it? And it's like, yeah, let me open Microsoft Designer, which is their AI tool. So I think when they cross these tools, I think that's when magic can happen. And this territory, there isn't really anyone playing with it. So like Google, there's no really OS. Apple eventually, and I think they'll be like stepping on Apple's toes at some point, but for now they are in the lead, and I think it's super exciting.
Yeah, no doubt, because I played around with Microsoft Designer, and it was like a month and a half ago, and it wasn't that good. You would give it the prompts, and it would generate.
Terrible.
Yeah, terrible. It would generate like. I think you did a video on it or a short video about it, about Microsoft Designer, because it was not that good. And I'm really excited to try out this new incorporated version or OS that has all things AI. And about Microsoft Teams, well, this feature of the summarization of a meeting, it's nothing new that we haven't seen on other platforms like Otter AI. I don't know if you used it before. I tried it. I had a trial of it, and it's the same thing, but on Zoom or in Google Meet. And after the meeting, it's an extension, a Chrome extension, and it would, like, after the meeting end, it would do the same thing. Basically, it would, email you and say, look, we have the transcript and we have the summarization of what happened and who was talking, and the recording of the whole meeting. So this is nothing new. It's just incorporating in our daily life tools, work life tools, which is, like, I think it's more beneficial for us because we don't have to use different platforms or operating systems to use this all. I think the road is towards optimization into our daily tools, so we can have it all in one place, I guess. So I'm really excited to try it out.
There's one thing, like, that I find it very interesting with ChatGPT, like, we got into, like, these AI bubble that suddenly everything feels like AI, but actually AI has been around for a long time. So, like, when you think of, like, Google Photos, for instance, like, I've been, like, an avid user of Google Photos, and it saved me a lot of, like, tears, actually, if you lose your phone and, like, your memories are gone. But now, like, I can go through, like, pictures from 2016, and I don't even need to scroll through them. I'll just be like, I want to see pictures from 2016 in Barcelona. And it's like, bam, I want to see a picture of an orange. And it's like, here's all your pictures with oranges. And it's like, this is amazing. Like, this is really, like, it saved me, like, a lot of time.
And face recognition. You can say this face belongs to this person, and I want to see pictures of this person. And it goes all through your photos database and shows you pictures of that person. It's amazing. It's not 100% accurate sometimes, but it works, and it gives you what you ask with a bit of this and that, but it works. It's amazing. Yeah. What do you think about all these companies that are selling their products as AI, and they've been AI since the beginning? What do you think about this?
But I like, it's a buzzword, so, like, people are obviously taking advantage of that. Like, there's a video, there's an audio on TikTok as well, which is, like, someone just got all times that the CEO of Google was saying AI during the Google I/O, and it's just crazy. AI. And for me, it's like, we always had AI on search. Like, it's there, like, the auto-completion search, it's there.
Yeah, true.
Google Photos, it's there. Like, we got, like, AI everywhere. Like Netflix, we take it for granted. Like, that's AI, clearly. Like, it knows our taste, and it uses AI. And it's as any other thing. Now it's a buzzword. Like, people want to see stuff about AI. I think it's, like, business savvy. Like, if you have a business and if you can stamp AI into something, do it. Take advantage of it. It
will sell. It's like a selling point word right now is, our technology or our product uses AI. Oh, AI. Oh, I'm so into that, because everyone is into AI right now, even if they don't understand clearly what it is and what it means to have AI incorporated into your technology. But it's a buzzword right now. And if you have AI, you will sell. You will sell because it's everywhere.
Indeed. And selling, and, like, I think the most shocking, maybe, like, for business, like, and I don't usually just follow business, but this one is, like, so NVIDIA, the graphics card maker, they rose 24% of their valuation, which was, like, in the order of millions. So now they are valued at around $1 billion, which is over Facebook and Tesla. So, like, 24% of raise on their market cap, and this is because they just announced their profitability, and it was like, people got shocked, like, because it was like they were supposed to have, like, I don't know numbers, but it was like 7 million profit, and they end up like, no, like, we'll have like 15, something like that. It's like people just went crazy and buy stocks of NVIDIA, and now, like, it's crazy. Like, they are in the front row. It's kind of like they've been always, like, a good company. They've been making good products, But now, like, just because, like out of luck or not, or out of predicting the future, but they are like, it's insane. Like they grow so much as a company. And that's very interesting. It's like, it's the AI run.
Yeah, it's the AI revolution. But can you dive deeper into this, like explaining NVIDIA already had AI incorporating it into their products and their services and everything. So why this boom right now? Because it's nothing new to their products. What happened?
Yeah, so essentially it's not so much on the software side, but more on the hardware side. So like people, or when you're building AI models, essentially you need power, you need computing power. And AI researchers found out that using a GPU, like a graphics card, instead of like a CPU, would be way better for processing for processing power. So essentially, like now, like Intel, for instance, is the most known CPU maker. But and all computers need like a CPU, and not all computers need a GPU. But the thing is, like the processing power is not as useful now for AI, which makes like, if you want to invest on AI, if you want to make like a server to process stuff, ChatGPT, for instance, like it uses computing power. So like there will be like a server somewhere in anywhere in the world with a lot of GPUs. So people are buying massively GPUs, which guess who is making them? NVIDIA. So that was essentially like in these like last weeks, last months. And honestly, like it was ChatGPT that boomed, like that created like this thing. Like I think a bit before NVIDIA probably was the charts were going up because, they are making like stuff for AI and AI is growing, but like it just like boomed like from one day to the other. So like this report is like, we're going to make double the profit that we were thinking. So like, yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. And ChatGPT like is working on the democratization of AI. Like these tools have been around for quite some time right now, but right now everyone has access to it or parts of it. Like ChatGPT is how can I say this? It's a tool that everyone can use and can use it doing all these things that we discussed previously, and it's already producing results in our lives, in our work, and all. But I wanted to ask you about, because this is something that OpenAI and Microsoft have available for the public, but we are still wondering, where is Google on this? Because Google has announced Bard, which is their version of ChatGPT. So where is Bard? We are still waiting.
Indeed, but like literally, we are still waiting. So I think it was released to a few different countries, which Belgium and Portugal are not included in that list. So I didn't have access to it yet. So like, I mean, people have been comparing it, like Bard versus Bing or like ChatGPT, and some things are better. I mean, you can see like the glass is full on both sides. The biggest thing now, it's Bard is free, while ChatGPT is costing $20 for the pro version. So like there's a big plus there. And the thing is like, Google, again, like on centralization, on like everyone uses Google, being, Google search or Google Drive or Gmail or something. And like having that, I think, I mean, for me, when you have ChatGPT or like, a powerful language model into your daily life, as in you use Siri on an iPhone, and I think we're just like, we're very, very close to it. Like I was playing a little bit to get like that, like to be able to use ChatGPT through voice, and there's a way to do it. Like it's very tricky, and you need to have like a API access to the ChatGPT and stuff. But it's doable, and it's amazing. Like you're just like, hey ChatGPT, tell me, whatever, and it's like, okay, cool, and it answers you, and it's like, oh, this is amazing. And I think Bard like will eventually come directly that, instead of saying like, okay Google, and like you get, sorry for your phones. for mine as well. But like if you ask that, eventually you get like an answer that is AI powered. That would be amazing. Like that's democratization. Like that makes AI available for everyone. I love
because
it.
we still don't have like something that is user friendly or really user friendly for our phones. We still have to browse instead of just talking to it as a personal assistant on our cell phones. But once it's on our cell phones, I think it would be another explosion in trends regarding AI, because the only way we can use it is by browsing, going to Chrome, and using it. And no one has solved this problem for us, neither Microsoft or Google, or Apple, for that matter. So I think once they do,
like Siri, for instance, like you ask it something and it's like, here's the results, and it's like, if I wanted the results, I would have searched for it. Like, give me the juice. Like, like. So I think that's, and we're very close. Like it's not, it's not rocket science to implement. I think we're very close. But yeah, right now, like, we're not there yet. But I think we'll be very soon. I think we'll be very soon.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be like a big launch by the end of the year. They are going to serve us with what we want, because we want this available on our mobile phones, because this is our personal computer right now. And we need it more accessible than ever. Well, these companies, they created the problem because they said, oh, we can do this. And then the public asked, no, if you can do this, well, maybe you can do that. And we need that. So make it work, basically.
But it's incredible how like AI has been around for a long time. But because there's a way to talk to it now, now there's like a cascade of other tools that are AI powered that would never exist. And it's crazy because image generative software, like there's nothing to do with text. I mean, there is obviously there is about text, but it's they were focused on generating images. But the fact that there was a language model that made it so mainstream, now suddenly Mid-Journey, it's rocking their way. And I find it very interesting that ChatGPT, literally, it's this point in time that it's ChatGPT and the democratization of AI that exploded, and now it's bleeding everywhere, bleeding in a positive way. But it's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, but since we're talking about how AI is coming into our daily lives and being more accessible to everyone, so since we are both content creators or content creators in the making or something, I wanted to talk to you about the role of AI in modern content creation, because we've seen the potential of these tools. So how are we using it, or how are you using it personally in your daily work as a content creator or as a social media manager, consultant, freelancer? How are you using these tools for yourself?
I mean, I think that there's two ways. One of them is using it for clients, so as a freelancer, which some of them cross. But as a content creator, we think about making videos. How can we make videos? And we want to make more videos. Making 3 videos is better than making 2 videos. So we want to make more. We want to reach to more people. We want to talk about different topics. And in that sense, starting with scripting, which is something that it's not natural for me. It's more natural to turn on the camera and okay, let's talk about something. But talking about okay, how can I talk about this bar thing, or the Windows copilot? And he's okay, I can write about it, or I can just ask I can have a brainstorm, which requires little energy from me, and be hey, ChatGPT, summarize these and give me 3 interesting points. And he's okay, cool. Then I can write a script based on that. And just it saves you a lot of time, and it makes you think of ideas that you wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah, so it's kind of boosting your creativity, because there's been all this discussion around, so ChatGPT is going to do everything for us. It's going to leave people out of work in the creativity business and the marketing business. So AI will do it all. So what is your opinion on that? Because I have an opinion that this is not true. And there's this phrase that is going around that AI won't replace you. A human using AI will. So how do you feel about this?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I mean, right now, like most of these tools, although they are surprising, like they are incredible. Like, you know, most of the stuff you use it and it's like, you're mind blown. Like it's amazing. But although like a lot of them like are not ready to, like, you cannot just like copy paste the result. And we can talk about like text or whatever. So like, you know, for instance, like working for clients, like what I usually do, it's like, you know, I need to write copy for a specific post. So I'll be like, you know, I'll give like as much context as I can. So like literally most of the times I'm even like writing more than I would normally. Like, so the you know, the copy, the result is going to be shorter than what you're writing, but like you're giving a lot of context. And I think this is amazing. It's like, you don't need to organize your mind. You're just like, blah, 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 blah. What do you have in mind? And it's like, okay, I want it to be like these and that, but also these and that. Like, and you're just like typing stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's like your brainstorming buddy. Like you can, you know, bounce ideas back and forth with it and come up with different things that you would never have thought about. So it's kind of boosting your creativity in a sense and
absolutely
not draining it.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is that it's besides just brainstorming, it's like it actually acts as your assistant. That is like, let me package your notes, let me package your brainstorming into something that you can actually use. And I'm like, okay, thank you. You know, like I think that's really good. So you actually have something that you can then, but you know, for instance, on the copywriting, it's like, you know, give me 3 suggestions and I'll have 3 suggestions based on like a big prompt. And then it was like, okay, yeah, I like this sentence, I like that one, and I like this one as well. And you kind of mix and match. I think that's where the juice comes. I think that's where it is actually valuable. But to make that, you actually need to know how to copyright. So I think that's the thing. Like, you're not going to replace the professionals. You're just making them, I think, better and faster.
Faster, more creative, because there are new ideas jumping into your mind all the time because you have this, you know, tool to bounce back ideas back and forth. But even when you said that you cannot just copy paste it and use it right from the ChatGPT platform, but maybe you can, because you have to always fine tune your prompt so that it gives you what you need. So, and fine-tuning prompts, there's already new jobs coming from it, which is prompt engineering.
Indeed.
Yeah, which is a thing. People just working on prompts so that ChatGPT gives you better and better outputs. This is a new job career that is coming out of AI right now. But what I was trying to say previously is you can copy paste it if you worked on a prompt that gives you exactly what you need. And that takes a lot of work. And it's an optimization. Exactly. You had to work on your prompting skills for, let's say, we're working with a client and we need to work on their copywriting for social. We had to define tone. We had to define punctuation. We need to define audience. We needed to do lots of things to have the output that is right for our clients. So I believe you can copy paste it, but you need to fine tune it, and to fine tune your prompts is another whole job for itself.
Indeed, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I like there's clearly 2 ways to do it. One of them is like you prepare it perfectly until you actually have the perfect result. I leave it a little bit of wiggle room. Maybe I don't perfect the prompt as much. So like it gives me like 2 or 3 possibilities. And then with my expertise, I can kind of fine tune it that way. But I think like that's just workflows. And that's amazing that you like, there's no one right workflow. It's like you can make your own workflow. You can juggle it. Like maybe like for a client, you want it to be like very precise, but then there's another client that wants to have like choice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can propose you like 3 different copies. And I think that's the magic of it. But like on content creation, like we're just talking about like ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT is just like the tip of the iceberg. Like on content creation, like literally you have so much more stuff, and we're starting to see like more and more tools that actually help on that.
Yeah, no doubt.
What are other tools that you use besides ChatGPT?
Well, right now I'm just using ChatGPT, I think, because it gives me so much to work from that I don't feel the need to go to other platforms. I used to, for research, I used to use Bing, just to give me what is happening on that segment, on social, on content creation, and it would give me like a summary of the what is happening on these worlds. And then I would go to ChatGPT and okay, so let's work on a script for this. And I would prompt it to give me the script on how in a way that it's me talking, because I would give it the prompts. I would tell them, this is how I talk. I'm funny, but I'm also on point. Sometimes I'm a little sarcastic. So let's put this into the script. And of course I had to write some things for myself, but most of the work is done by ChatGPT. But let's say that I perfect this to a point that the only thing I need is a template or a prompt that gives me accurately a script from beginning to end. This, I would just need to change a topic and it would just give me an output of a full script for a YouTube video, and it would be me. Like, it would be a copycat of me, of my character and my skills as a communicator. So I think I'm working towards that goal, but ChatGPT is my main tool. I'm not much of on the, image generation stuff. I think I need to dive deep into like video editing stuff and maybe upgrade to some tools like Premiere to have the new features of AI. But I've been playing around also with CapCut, which for short form content, like for generating subtitles and stuff that I record on the go on my phone. I also been using vydio.ai, I think, which repurposes my long form YouTube videos into short clips that I can use in TikTok, in Reels, in Shorts. And the good part of it is that it creates the subtitles and it adapts the format so everything looks good on these platforms. So I think these are the main tools, like CapCut, ChatGPT, of course, and vydio or AI. I'm not sure, but we'll leave it on the show notes so you guys can check it out.
I think it's vydio.io or something like with Y. But yeah, like when I used it, and it was your recommendation. It came to my radar like maybe like 6 months ago. It was actually, well, maybe it was not 6 months. Well, it was when ChatGPT started to like boom. Actually, my previous manager, he was like, "Well, can we use this?" And I'm like, "Not really. Like for the content that we have, like we don't make full length or like long format content. So like I don't think that there's a use for it." And I honestly think that was true. But like, for this, like I'm sure like we'll actually use it to cut some clips from this video, and it's great. Like I think there's like some fine tuning on the app itself. Like if you need to cut a little bit before or after, you kind of like you're a bit stuck, and it's very hard like to fine tune. But actually, like you got that like follow up emails when you subscribe, whatever. Like there's the CEO sends you an email like, "I want to hear from you," and it's like, well, I actually want to talk to you because I want you to like to perfect this because I want to use this, and like if you fix this and that, like it'll be perfect. I love it. So like I think there's room to actually, but again, like this is like the version 1.0 kind of thing. Like I think like in a couple months, in 3 months, if they actually invest in R&D, like and they listen to the people that use it, I think we'll have like an amazing tool. So I indeed, like, I think, yeah, that's one of the examples that works just beautifully.
Yeah.
Another tool that I use, and I use a little bit, and I see myself bouncing between stock footage sometimes to illustrate a video, but like then it's like, no, but I can use ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, Midjourney to get like the perfect image. And suddenly, like in my last video, I was like, I want a robot like high-fiving a human. So like they show like collaboration, and like, you know, it took me like a few prompts to get into it, because I was like, well, it's the kid, but I don't want a kid. I want an adult, but then I want an adult that whatever, and it seems intimidating. I wanted more collaboration. So like it took like some 5 minutes, but I got like a unique picture, like the perfect picture, and like you cannot have that. So like stock footage, usually like you're like, okay, yeah, that's kind of like, that's good enough. And otherwise, like you have to film it, and like with generative images, like if you prompt it well, it's like you got the perfect thing, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
But still, you need to put in the work to say to it the right things, prompt it right to have what you need for your videos, for your images, for your presentations, for everything. So there's still work involved in it, but I think we're more liberated to use our actual heads, our minds, our brains to create and be more focused on expanding our creativity instead of doing monkey work, copy pasting stuff. It's more free for us. But I wanted to talk to you about because we talked about Firefly in the beginning of this video, and Adobe Firefly is actually also filling in the blanks for video creation, and they say they will have a direct connection to stock footage. So you will give it like your script or your talking head, and they will search for the right B-rolls to insert in your video. And that is crazy, because that is where I spend most of my time, or a big chunk of my time while I'm editing, is researching for stock footage to add to my video. So am I correct by saying this is going to happen? I know some platforms already do this. I'm not sure if CapCut does it or not, because I've never used it in this way, but I saw it on the trailer for Firefly, and I think this is a feature that will come into this new package from Adobe.
There is, so like I've tried a tool that it's mobile first, or I mean, actually it's mobile only. I think it's called Supercreator.ai, something like that. It's not cheap. It's actually a pricey. I don't know if it was like $50 or something per month, or like it was kind of pricey. But what it does is like, and I think you needed to request access, like beta access kind of thing. But like, so essentially be like, what's like, he asks you, what are your interests? And you're like, okay, I like technology. And then he's like, okay, through technology, what you like? And he's like, well, I like crypto. I like, AI. I like these and that. And he's like, okay, cool. And then you're like in your own page, and he's like, let's record a video. And he's like, okay, here are 3 topics that you can use. And you're like, okay, cool. Let's talk about like how, crypto shifted the world. And it's like, okay, cool. You click there, and it's like, here's a script. And you're like, okay, cool. All right, let's record it. And like you're recording like the with your front facing camera, and like you're seeing like the like it's in the screen, like the captions. So like it serves you as a teleprompter as well. So like you're recording it. I'm not sure if it does the thing with the eyes that you're like actually looking to the camera instead of looking to the screen. Perhaps, and it's like there's already technology to do that. So it's like it's doing that, and then like it cuts your and the blank spaces. It cuts it automatically, and it finds, as you were saying, stock footage for the moments that you want. And he's like, dude, like, what's this? Like, you made a video, like literally, like you wake up, like you wash your face, like, okay, I'm gonna make a video. I need to post something today. And they're like, okay, cool. You open the app, and it's like, here's a script for you. You record it. It's edited. You're like, oh, that looks good. B-roll, everything, publish. It's crazy. And like then you have like the copy for your posts, it's insane. Then just give it access to your API on Instagram and TikTok, post it for me, and he's like, I can go back to bed. The day's done. And it was like 5 minutes. It's crazy.
Well, it's not that easy, Tiago. You're kind of sugarcoating it. It's optimizing.
I'm super excited about the possibility.
Yeah, the possibilities are immense, but in terms of jobs and AI in our specific world of content creation and social media, and well, AI is not going to replace us humans. We will have, if we want to, we will have fewer things to do, more quick things to do, more creative things to do. I think we will spend more time doing things that we really love, because I can talk from my own experience. What I really love about content creation is like figuring out the topics, what people want to know about, and what I have the knowledge to share with them, and going in front of the camera. That is my favorite part, just to put my energy into presenting something. But I don't really love the video editing part. So I think I will still need someone to help me out editing, or I will still need to edit it myself. But I think AI can like shorten that time that I spent working on the video, or an editor working on the video, and make it more like, instead of doing 2 videos a week, maybe I can start doing 5, because I can pump new ideas and write more scripts a week and give it to an editor or a designer if I need to request other stuff. So our jobs won't die. Some of them will. Let's not be hypocritical about it. Some jobs will die, but others will just be more boosted. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think we've seen that, like, not that I worked that much previously on different times, but like, you know, like before, like making a video, like as a company, if you're working for a company and you're like the marketeer, like making a video would be something that you take days, weeks, months, and you're making a masterpiece. So like you script it properly, you have like a big production team, and you're making like a TV commercial worth piece of content. Like if 20 years ago, like someone would say like, no, like you're actually going to film every day. And like, yeah, you don't need like a production team. Like you're going to just film with your phone and you're going to post that online, and that will reach the same number of people that you can reach on a TV commercial. Like people will be like, wait, what? Yeah. You know, so I think what we've done like over time is like, you know, there's still room for that. Like there's still the needs to have like TV commercials, well-crafted, films, well-crafted stories. But there's also the need to have like shorter stories. So like even like when you have like a big, let's say a brand of yogurts, like they are making like a commercial about yogurts, they will still make a story. They will still make maybe a reels out of that production. So then they have like instant content, and then they have a well-crafted content. And then I think we won't end up like doing less. I don't think that we'll end up losing our jobs specifically. We just adapt, which means eventually we're going to put more content, or we're going to put like different pieces of content. So I think, I mean, it's yeah, if we compare to other moments in history, like we've always seen these like, oh my God, what happens now? Like the other day I was thinking, like, doing like a work for school, for instance, like before you had to go to the library, you would get like a book, and if you want to copy it, like you would have to type it yourself.
Because we are 90s babies, so we still had no internet when we were kids. We got the internet when we were reaching our teens, so we still remember going to the library.
Yeah, and then suddenly you got internet, which you have access to kind of Wikipedia, which, back then there wasn't nothing better. But yeah, you would go to Wikipedia about like, you need to do a work about like Mozart's influence. And you're like, okay, cool. Before you would go to library, now you go to Wikipedia and you would literally copy paste that, and that's it. And now thinking about like ChatGPT, and it's like, no, I can ask ChatGPT, write me a 200 words text about the influence of Mozart on music. and make it not AI looking kind of thing, so my teacher won't find out. Like this is like the possibilities that we have right now. And yeah, I think it's just cycles.
Yeah, and I think as humans, we always want to do better. And no matter what AI will give to us, we will always have this way to perfect it. We always want to make it look better, sound better. So we can still have everything done for us. We will find ways to make it better. So it's our never ending curiosity that will generate even more stuff, even more creative stuff, even more good looking stuff. So there's no way for me, maybe I'm just being too optimistic. There is no way for me to think that AI will take over everything in the world, because there are always people that want to do more, that want to make it better. And this will always have us researching and studying and learning to make things be better and look the way we want it to look and feel the way we want it to feel. So it's a never ending road. If we go down that road, we will still find ways to do different things with it and work with our creativity to make it look the way we want it.
I think this makes the job for lazy people easier, but then that's only until actually people that want to make it better raise the bar. So like lazy people then need to raise the bar as well. So but that's, before knowledge, like you would need to like literally read books, and like you are like, if you wanted to know something, who's the smartest person in your town. It's probably like an old guy that you go there and be like, tell me about whatever, because you read all the books. And then suddenly like internet, like just replaced it, like that person is still very smart. That might be useful, but now you got access to information on other places, which made like, people know more stuff about more things because it's just easy to research. You don't need to go and read a book about that topic. So that made us, all of us, I want to believe so, smarter, or at least having access to more information. And I think that's kind of like, these tools that's what they make us. Like they give us access to more information, which then we'll do different things with it. I think lazy people will always be lazy, but they will need to up their way to be lazy, because other people are making incredible things with it.
Yeah, and that's fine. We're not judging lazy people. I think that's, if you want to do your job,
we are.
That.
I am.
Not judging. If we want to do just the bare minimum and still have a good job done, that's okay. But if you have that personality that just wants to keep knowing things and researching and doing things, you will always have this curiosity to try stuff. But if you don't, that's okay, because AI will still be a great tool to help you do other things with your life, no matter what. So we're coming to the end of our conversation here, which you guys can check out on both our channels. Let me know, guys, what are you thinking about our topics today? And if you want us to discuss specific topics in the future, because I think we will always have topics to discuss in these sessions. But before we end this, let's try to do some predictions for AI. What we think will happen in the next months, because I think in the coming months we will still see lots of things happening in the AI, tech, social, content creation landscape. What are your thoughts, Tiago?
So I think what is already coming more and more in front of me when I'm just looking at YouTube videos or like news, it's prompt to video, which I think it's crazy what's happening already. And you were talking a little bit about it, like on Adobe searching for stock footage, but I think we're very, very soon, and a part of that research, I think, will be with generative video based on stock footage that they can just like adjust slightly and turning it into like more of what we need. But I think like I'm seeing tools like every day. There was like this video of this dog that was like face fronting the camera, and then he's like, well, let me just adjust it like slightly to the left, and like you have like an image which is like it's photo, but like through the process you see like it's dynamic, like you can make it like a video easily. And I think like the technology we're very rapidly going there. So I'm sure like in a couple months a major like creativity suit like the Adobe will bring generative video, which I think is going to change a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
What are your thoughts?
I'm
or maybe
just,
not specifically on this.
It is specific on this because this is my daily life as well. Either working with clients or working for myself on my content creation. I think if we think about like 5 years ago, big companies with lots of money would go to production companies to create their videos and have it as an advertising on TV and then bits for social and stuff. Now, smaller companies with smaller budgets can create high quality ads, video pieces to put even in television if they want. They will not spend it on high production, but they will spend it, buying the space to have that piece of content. So this is also good for smaller companies. And I work with smaller companies right now. And I've been selling AI to all my clients. I say, okay, so you don't want to appear in front of a video, but you can have an AI avatar that kind of looks like a real person because some of them are like really accurate. And you can have it like be your thing that your brand presents itself as an AI avatar, or you can even come up with a character to present your content on social media. And you still will have to pay, but you will need to have a smaller budget because it's not as expensive as going to a production company. I think production companies, video companies, content creation companies will still have their place in the world because creativity is creativity and we'll still need to work with other people. But for smaller companies with smaller budgets, I think AI is a big opportunity to boost their presences on social media by creating content that it's not as expensive as they might think and still be there and still be present with their audiences and sell their products. So I think, people like me are trying to sell AI as a big advantage for clients. And I think when businesses figure out that this is a real opportunity to grow their presence online, they will definitely take the plunge and we will definitely see more people working in these areas because they will still need people to teach them how to work with AI and how to work with an AI video tool, an AI scripting tool, or a copywriter coming in that uses AI and can produce, 10 times more content than he did previously. So I think this is where we're going on the business side. And as a consultant, this is where I am trying to go with my business, is trying to do more in less time and make it big for my clients.
Yeah, no, I think it's exciting. Like the future, like it's not even about like the super future. It's like the future is in like next week.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Like the possibilities, like the tools. It's like it's insane. But yeah, that's why for me it's like it's so fun like to just catch up like and discuss these things because it's like it's there's always new stuff happening and I'm super excited about it.
Me too. It's going to be really exciting to see what comes up and how we can incorporate it into our daily lives and work. So we're wrapping up for today. Tiago, where can people find you?
Yeah, so people should follow me on either Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and just search for Tiago Talks Tech, and you'll be able to find some juicy stuff about AI, technology, and a bit of the creative side and the creative use of AI and these amazing tools. What about yourself, Vanessa?
Well, for me, you can follow me here on YouTube. I also post things on LinkedIn, but I mainly talk about content and content creation and social media. So if you want to have also juicy tips for optimizing your social media presence in a more human way, which is kind of ironic because we are talking about AI, but AI will free us to be more human. So follow me for those tips, those juicy tips, as Tiago said. So thank you guys for being here today, and see you on the next one.